Join us Saturday, February 8th through the Disruption Network 3-year anniversary party at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica, New York. Musical acts include Annie in the Water, acoustic performance by Haley Jane, Trampoline Jetstream, and Live Noah. Haley in the Water will cap off the night covering Fleetwood Mac's hit album, Rumors. Party kicks off at 6 p.m. There will be beer, wine, food from Doughboys Barbecue, and Holy Pozzoli. Saturday, February 8th. For tickets, visit our website, disruptionnetwork.net.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
Wrestling and sports entertainment, it's the real to you, damn it, you support us your favorite. Talking name, Jay Styles, Chris Jericho, and all the greatest. Your top 5 dead or alive, the broader stages, like WrestleMania, All In and All Out. NXT TakeOver, what the business about. Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home, like The Rock versus Stone Cold, we're stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Network with Dippin' Donuts. ICW, we make fanatics flipping go nuts. Every time we're live at local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids condone us. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping with your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page.
Woo!
Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
That is truly.
That is awesome.
Nice. Glad you like it.
That is awesome.
Glad you're digging it.
I hope everyone out there, they better enjoy that. They know it's good for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for the new music.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. This is Disruption Network, and this is Wrestle Fandom Radio, the greatest podcast you have never heard. And that's our brand new intro music. None other than our man, Rated RCNY.
Greatest rapper in the world.
None other.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Fun to record, fun to rewrite.
Yeah, no, it was. It's always fun. I like writing stuff to particular themes, and wrestling being one of them. You know, I've done a few different songs that, you know, are wrestling based. You know,
right.
So including our last, you know,
this
one's a little shorter because, you know, it's like we don't want to keep you, you know, for 3 minutes, you know, listen to one song when you're waiting for us to, you know, talk about all the latest, you know, news in wrestling. So
I'll make them listen to a Tool song.
Yeah. I figure short and sweet.
I will play Tempest and make them listen to all of it.
Yeah. Short and sweet, you know. But.
No, it's awesome. It's fantastic. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
We always love it when you come back in.
Yeah, no doubt.
Stu, how's it going, brother?
It's going well. Good day to come back in.
Yeah, definitely a good day to come back.
Whole lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, entertaining. There's a whole lot of sports entertainment.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I mean, this is going to be probably a long show. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to be doing an interview here in a few minutes with Garrett Holiday. We're going to be calling him.
Too many Garretts, man.
I know, right?
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Well, I'm not going to tell him that because he's in shape and I'm not. So
That's true.
I may be taller than him, but I guarantee he's much stronger than me. So
Probably.
but we got Worlds Collide to talk about, the Royal Rumble, all the stuff that happened in the Rumble, the pure insanity of it. I want to make sure we get to the whole Tessa Blanchard thing. I wanted to make, before it was just me and Ant last week. So, and then we got our top 5. Yeah, there's a lot going on tonight. So, well, we could, we'll call him in a few minutes. Before we get to that, you know what? Let's talk about Tessa now.
Talk about Tessa now?
Yeah, we got a few minutes. I told, I gave him a heads up on when I was going to call him, which is about, 7 minutes from now. So let's talk about Tessa. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the fact that a woman is now the Impact champ?
I haven't really thought too much about it, to be honest.
Right. I haven't thought too much about it. Booker T went on I think on he said it's just super unrealistic because it's like you're not going to have Charlotte Flair beat Brock Lesnar. But my counter to that was
Sami Callihan isn't Brock Lesnar.
Sami Callihan is not Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but give Sami some credit. Sami's not a he's a
rough and tough dude.
He's not a pencil neck geek off the street.
I've seen that man from like less than 2 feet away throwing chairs out of the way and like looking at me to get out or he's going to move me.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Did she when the ref wasn't looking, did she hit him with a foreign object or something?
No, man, they went right clean? At it. Yeah, how they revved her up is he like gave her the finger, but then like stepped in and literally like put it like in her face, and he spit on her. Mm-hmm. So she got all like revved up, and she hit him with, I think, 2 Canadian destroyers and then the hammerlock DDT.
Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. It is unrealistic in a way. It'd be different if I don't know. Maybe if depending on who was holding the title, if there's some fluke victory where like one of the lightweight guys got it who's upcoming or something,
right?
Which you would never see anyway. So like I said, these aren't people on the street this ain't a wimpy dude on the street that can't fight,
right?
And she's a tough woman.
Yeah, she's definitely tough, and she's definitely owns.
But what does that say for
the rest
of
the
women's championship?
Right.
Like now it's like, okay, you're the women's champion, but you're not really the top woman because Tessa's the champ.
Tessa's the champ of the whole
company.
Can't
say men's champion because it's for some reason not politically correct. It's this, I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but I don't.
That's what people are making it into. That's the thing that people are making it into. Though.
Yeah, and like
and I was trying to take it more like when I was thinking about it, like to the wrestling, like what Booker T said, and then the counter. It's like, they're not. She's not.
Well, like gender equality is like more so with like rights. Like physicality is not always. It's
Well, did you see?
Naturally, men are
Yeah, they're big. Most of the guys
more physically dominant,
especially the guys
women.
in wrestling. They're bigger. I get it.
It's not like she's China.
Right.
But she's a great wrestler, and props to her. I mean, it's kind of cool in a way. It's cool for little girls that like wrestling,
Right.
I don't know. Why couldn't she just be the women's champion? I don't know. It's,
more importantly,
they wanted to see. They wanted guys versus girls, and I don't think that's a good message nowadays to have.
Right.
I don't think you should have a guy even in a wrestling ring beating the crap out of a girl. And they had him on. I saw a segment months ago where they hit her with a bat. And
well, they've been having a huge.
I'm sorry, but that's just TNA or Impact. What are you doing?
I forgot who said it was, but Raven. Raven said it. Guys and girls wrestling like that looks like spousal abuse.
Yes, it does.
That's what Raven said.
They're not They're not like chain wrestling.
I'm not giving out. I'm not trying to make any waves. I'm just saying what people have what wrestlers have been saying about it.
Yeah. On the flip side of things, I'm all about inclusion, but like WWE, I don't know if you heard about this, but all their championships, like it's no longer the WWE Women's Champion.
Right.
It's just the WWE Champion or SmackDown Champion or Raw Champion. Same with NXT. They just refer to them as NXT champions because you have eyes, so you can kind of figure out.
But is it really that bad to say women's or men's? Like, are we really? Are we at this point in society where why can't men be men and women be women? No one's saying women can't wrestle or like.
Yeah, it's weird that they don't.
I don't know if people are that offended. I don't even know. Like,
I think it's a wrestling storyline, and she'll hold the belt for a little bit, and she'll lose it, and then it'll predominantly going back to being a
it'll
belt
just still
probably
be,
for years and years and years and years, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, was it historic? Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys think it's a smart move on Impact's choice? Either way, because it's going to bring it. It's going to bring in eyes.
Yes,
I think if it didn't happen,
news.
it wouldn't have been the end of the world. They could have had her be the top woman in the women's division without even saying the word women or woman. But now that they did that, you're going to have some people who are really, they're ecstatic about it, and some people are going to be like, "Yeah, it looks like spousal abuse," like Raven said.
Right.
So I don't know. I wouldn't have went that route if I was calling the shots. But
Right.
No, for all the reasons that he said, but yes, because obviously, like you just said, it puts eyes on the product and puts your name out there, which is what they're trying to do.
There's going to be a lot of exposure. I'm sure their ratings went up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, right now it's like how many times did they change? Not companies, but broadcast companies. They changed their name once to Impact
Networks. How many times they changed networks?
Thank you. It's like 3.
Whoever would take them.
Yeah,
who's got them now? Anthem.
I don't even know.
No, Anthem owns them, but they're on like
they were on Pop.
Are they on
for a while?
Fight TV? They're on the same thing that New Japan's on, aren't they?
I think so. Like one of those fucking no-name channels. Excuse my language, but
I don't know. One of it's.
Hello.
Like I said, they were on Pop for a while, and I hadn't even heard of that, and then they were off that. I'm like, oh my god, really?
I mean, hey, it's basically you're just seeing an indie show in a television studio.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Which is fine, but they have some great talent. I don't watch it per se.
I mean,
I'll see highlights here and there.
I check out the highlights.
But I don't watch it in entirety.
I do what I can.
I think this is fair. It's fair to say that this is more of a WWE NXT umbrella, cause there's so much wrestling.
Yeah.
That if there was 2, like AEW and WWE, I would watch all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's so much that it's really what you have access to.
I read the dirt sheets. If something sparks my attention, I go find it on YouTube, and then I talk about it on the podcast if I'm here.
And one of my favorite matches to randomly watch was that AAA match. I think it was between Kenny Omega and Phoenix, like a couple months ago.
Yeah. That was. Steve Martin says Impact is on. Is it Access?
Access.
Yeah, there you go.
It is.
It's Access America or whatever it's called.
AXS, but Access, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. We got that out of the way.
Yeah.
They've changed networks as many times as they've changed names.
Yeah, at least. So now it is time to call Mr. Holiday and talk to him about his whole career.
Hello?
Garrett Holiday.
What's going on?
How's it going? It's the guys at Wrestle Fandom Radio.
How are you now?
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing.
Good.
Just got off the farm. And we just got out of the gym, too.
Nice.
So we're ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. So, we want to get you on the show, hear about everything that makes you, and all that good stuff. So, obviously, we've all run into each other here at ICW. We've got your picture up here with you on our banner. And let's get down to you. So when did you start wrestling? When,
when the journey began.
When did the journey begin?
The journey began, I believe, back in January of 2014.
Okay.
It was in a place called In Your Face Wrestling Academy. I was trained by Drake Evans, and I was also helped by his trainer, Chip Stetson, as well, along. I started in January of 2014, and I actually graduated 3 months, I believe, after. And
nice.
Typically it's like a 6-month program. I guess I was pretty good. I was all right back then, but in Drake's eyes, I I was more than enough to be a part of that roster way back when.
Awesome. That's got to feel pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was actually surprised when he told me that I was ready, and that's how the story began. But yeah, it started in Vermont, and then now we're here.
Right. Awesome. So when was your first match on that roster? Like soon after you graduated?
My first match was actually in Vermont, and it wasn't actually for In Your Face Wrestling. It was actually for a place called Slam All Star Wrestling, and it was actually against Tyler Vincent.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, you guys remember him? We've had him.
Tyler Vincent.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. How'd that go? Win, you lose?
It went as expected. You know, I was 160 pounds back then. I was a little bit of a lightweight, so to speak. So it didn't really go as planned. But when you're green, and you don't know everything. So you got to do what you got to do to try to win. And if you don't, hey, I don't take losses personally. I take them as a learning lesson. So
that's a good
I
outlook.
move forward from then.
Yeah, that's a good outlook on it. So, so now you've been wrestling around the 5-6 years mark there. What were some of your either more memorable matches, or do you even have a favorite match, or just even certain people that you wrestled where everything just stands out for you?
I have plenty of memorable matches. I have a lot of favorite matches. I think the one that stands out the most, I guess the first two that speak out to my mind was my match with Joe Gacy and Immortal for when we were at Rome.
In Rome. I was actually going to bring that match up.
Oh, well, we can bring it up now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I want a rematch, by the way.
Yeah.
Joe, if you're listening.
The reason why I liked that match so much and why it always brings me back to that was because a guy of his caliber faced me and gave me everything he had, and I gave everything I had towards him. And even though I lost, I took it very much as a learning lesson, like I said before. But it just made me think to myself that I was able to keep up with one of the best indie stars right now till this day. And now he's on Evolve, which says something about Joe Gacy and says something about how I can keep up with some of them guys. And right next to me versus Joe Gacy is me versus Sean Carr at NYCW in Whitesboro, New York.
Okay.
Again, the outcome was not in my favor, but I also took it as a learning lesson, obviously. And that match, yet again, proved not only to myself, but to everybody around me that I can keep up with top-rated stars in the indie circuit. But those are really the two most memorable that come to mind as far as like proving to myself that I can be the best on the independent circuit. But it's obviously going to take time. As far as memories that I will forever cherish was actually just a couple weeks ago when I won my first ever title for Survival Championship Wrestling.
Yes. I was going to get to that as well. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's awesome. We're definitely happy to see that. So, where is that company based out of? Just so everyone knows.
Right now they only had one show in Rensselaer, New York.
Okay.
It was a nice crowd. It was about 200. I believe somebody said 200 people. I believe maybe 250. Not entirely sure.
That's good. Still,
because there was a lot of emotion running through me. As obviously when you win your first title, it's always a memorable moment.
Absolutely.
Especially when you face three guys that are good, and they are not good, great, and they don't really get the recognition for it sometimes. You know, I faced Bobby Ocean, I faced my trainer Drake Evans, and I faced Mike Skyros again. And those, even though I had like 2 cracked ribs from a guy named Tripp, the Mad God Tripp.
Okay.
You know, I fought through my qualifying match, and then I went on to face those 3 guys that are obviously either bigger than me or, you know, just smarter than me in some aspects. And, you know, I pulled through, and I did what the company's name stands for, and that was survive.
Right.
And, you know, those 3 guys I highly respect, and I will never forget it. You know, it's like I said, everything's a learning lesson. You don't take a loss. I actually was the one that won in this one, and I am now the SCW heavyweight champion.
Yeah. Awesome. So, do you, from this point on, now being the SCW champion, and hopefully we're still going to see you more in ICW, do you have any dream matches with anyone out there? I mean, obviously you said you want your rematch with Joe Gacy and stuff like that, but maybe anyone you haven't wrestled yet.
There's 2 that come to mind. Actually, there's 3 that come to mind. If I had to say it right here, right now, it would be Brian Pillman Jr. would be the first.
Yeah, definitely.
And JT Dunn would be the second.
I know that is, yeah.
And the LSG would actually be my third. I've been waiting to face him forever.
Yeah.
But
nice.
yeah, those are my at least top 3 that I really, really would like to face. And I know LSG has been saying it for a while that he wants to face me too. So, I mean, if the cards are right, then whoever wants to play it. And I'm sure that it'll be one banger of a match.
Yeah.
Any possibility of getting that match at Immortal Kombat 2 coming up here on February 15th?
I don't know. I don't call the shots over there. Mike King does. I know he listens to this. So
yeah,
I know,
I'm about saying.
you know,
Mike King, there you go, buddy.
Turning.
Yeah. Yeah, and if not this, next month he's got March, so
yeah, true.
We'll see.
I mean, at the end of the day, whoever's in front of me, I'm going to give everything I have to said person, whoever it is, like I have in the past 5 years. And, I'm just going to do what's best for me and the company as well. But yeah, that's
awesome.
That's what I look for.
Trying to get a Tommy Dreamer vibe off Mr. Holiday here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's what I'm reading on, the Immortal Kombat 2 Facebook page. He's a ICW original.
Yeah.
Been involved in a lot of, like King's riding some mad.
Yeah.
All this stuff. So,
yeah.
Were you ever a fan of Mr. Dreamer back when you were a little bit younger there?
Actually, I was. Yeah. I mean, I still am. When I actually first was looking into becoming a wrestler, I actually went to one of the IYFW shows in Schenectady, I believe it, or Saratoga Springs.
Okay.
I got that wrong again. Boston Spa. I get hit in the head a lot. So
it's all right, brother. It's understandable, man.
But Tommy Dreamer was on the show, and I got a picture with him, and I sat there and I watched the show, and that was actually the deciding factor on why I wanted to be a wrestler. Was Tommy Dreamer helped with me deciding to do it. I actually was originally gonna go to his school in Poughkeepsie. Okay. That was actually my first choice, but then I thought about it, and I wasn't going to be able to pay for it, and then I decided I was going to go to IYFW, and then I made the right decision by doing that. And in my opinion, I made the right decision by doing that, because the money is power, and
right.
Sometimes you don't have the money for everything, and I made the right decision, I believe, on this path. I will say my biggest inspirations for becoming a wrestler was definitely a little bit between Shane Douglas, obviously an original ECW member.
Yep.
Right.
And obviously Macho Man Randy Savage was definitely a big one.
All right.
And if we're going to get more modernized, probably I idolize AJ Styles a lot as well.
AJ.
I watch a lot of his stuff. I try to keep away from doing anything that he does, to make myself look different. But I watch his matches. I watch all those guys' matches, and I try to incorporate it in mine. So I mean, those are my biggest, inspirations.
Right.
Tommy Dreamer was definitely one of those guys that I definitely looked up to. So, I mean, the underdog story is always there in every single one of my matches because I always do everything I can to get the win. Whether I win or whether I lose, doesn't matter. Everybody realizes it at the end of the day.
Right. So, but speaking of the underdog thing, throughout the whole year, we started with Immortal pretty early of last year. I think they only had 1 or 2 shows before we started going there. Towards the end of the year, last couple of shows, happened to notice a slight attitude change. It seemed that that maybe you were becoming more focused, less gimmick, more pure focus, and now considering you've won a championship in a different company, I guess that theory is probably correct. I mean, I don't know if you have any insight to that, if you noticed that, but from here, that's what it seemed. It seemed like, So
I mean, my attitude has definitely changed as far as my focus and my determination to get to places that I need to get, especially in the last year or so. Because in ICW, I was on a bit of a losing streak after I faced Joe Gacy, and pretty much Joe was the start of that. Hence why I want my rematch. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happens as far as that goes. But as far as my attitude change, yeah, it has changed, and it's been more focused than ever. I've been working harder in the gym. I've been working harder in the ring. And in certain aspects, I have actually changed myself in some places, like Excite Wrestling, because I've been overlooked a lot. And I'm kind of getting a little tired of it.
right.
And it's just right now it's in Excite Wrestling, but we'll see how it goes as far as anywhere else.
Nice.
But yeah, as far as my attitude change, yes, you're right. I have been more focused. I have been more determined. And now that I do have a title, I'm not going to say that I'm going to hold every title in New York. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is that I'm definitely a challenge for every single competitor that comes against me.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully you carry that determination and everything into next year. It'd be awesome to see you head into everything with ICW with that. That'd be awesome. So you guys have any questions?
No, I mean, I haven't been keeping up on what's coming up with ICW, but you said there's a February
15th.
The February 15th show is
15th.
Immortal Combat 2.
And
it already looks awesome. It's going to be fantastic.
Mr. Holiday, do you have a match on that card?
Yeah, I actually do, but I don't know who I'm facing yet.
Oh, they haven't even told you yet.
No, not yet. But there's only been one match announced.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I need some time to prepare here. What's going on?
Not that I want to give anyone who may hear this any type of lookout. Do you have a special finisher or submission or anything you happen to use? I'm a big finisher guy, and move
The go-to
guy.
question.
It's one of my favorite things to ask people. So,
I recently have been using, and it's been quite effective, a modified gory bomb that I pretty much call one shot, one kill because nobody is kicked out of it yet.
awesome.
Is that a Call of Duty reference?
No, actually not. No.
Awesome.
And as far as submissions go, I don't typically have a submission. I am a high believer on if the submission happens to be there, I will take the opportunity and use any submission that is available to me to win. So how about that? Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
That's a logical, though.
Yeah.
Definitely logical.
It makes
whatever gets the job done.
Because why would I tell one about my submissions?
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well.
Riddle.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the call. We're definitely going to be seeing you on February 15th. So good luck with your new championship, and hopefully things look up for you in ICW as well.
Yeah, continued success, my man.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks for taking the call. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye. And Mike King just let us know that we gotta start calling in for updates. Yes, I plan on starting to get back with you next week. I just wanted to be able to get another wrestler on the show here.
Mike misses us.
Mike, yeah.
I mean,
I'm still gonna try and get another wrestler for next week.
Right here. Hits me right in my heart.
I miss him. I miss him too. It's only been like 2 months since the last show, and I'm like, it just something feels like it's missing. You know,
there's an empty void.
There is an empty void. I see why he closes down though. Like the weather sucks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like people got to travel.
In the holidays, you got to recharge your batteries.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So all right, let's run down the weekend. All right, real quick, go over the other couple things, but then we can talk about the big stuff. So, Mia Yim and Kaylee Ray were at the kickoff show for Worlds Collide.
Yeah,
Ray beat Yim.
All right.
Then we had,
was it for the NXT UK Women's Championship or no? It was just a match.
No, I think it was just a match.
Okay,
it just says a singles match. That's one I happened to miss. Mm-hmm. In fact, I only skimmed over the rest of the matches, but I watched all of the Imperium versus UE. So,
the first match was the Russian.
Dragunov versus Finn Balor.
Yeah, it was.
Balor won.
Yeah, there's a kind of a little bit of I don't want to call it a botch, but definitely a missed spot. Miscommunication.
In a Finn Balor match? No.
No, just watching it, it wasn't really his fault. It was the young kid.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you.
Is he green?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's only the first, second match or third match I've seen with him in it.
'Cause I never heard of the dude. That's the only reason I asked.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
He's a UK guy.
Okay.
It was Worlds Collide, so there was people from both shows.
Like UK rappers, I didn't pay attention. I'm just kidding.
That cruiserweight match, though, on the other hand.
Yes. The cruiserweight was a fatal four-way between it was the current champ was Angel Garza, and then he was against Swerve Scott,
Jordan Devlin,
and Travis Banks.
Yep. It was a good match.
Definitely. All good wrestlers. But something smart, I think, happened. Devlin won, and he's going back to the UK with the belt. Yep. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I have
the cruiserweight title travel between both NXT brands.
Yeah.
So I would even have it defended on the Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know, but I think it was smart. DIY got back together to face Mustache Mountain and won.
Mm-hmm. Good match.
Yeah.
Nice little nostalgia.
Yeah. So then, then there was the NXT Women's Championship match, which was Toni Storm versus the champ.
She's
Ripley.
awesome.
And
Toni, yeah.
And Ripley retained, which I think
obviously
is
you don't want to take it off her right away. I would got a big win, you know.
Yeah, that build, her first defense of the year, that would have been.
She's gonna have it for a while, I think.
Yeah. And then Undisputed Era versus Imperium. Did you guys watch this match?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, so I don't know what the first I don't know what the first 4 minutes of the match.
Alexander Wolf.
Yeah, Alexander Wolf.
Yeah, got hurt.
Got knocked out.
Oh, great.
Knocked. I mean, he was out. He was on his knees and he got kicked in the face, and he was out before. He just
Yeah.
And you saw Bobby Fish on the apron too, like after the fact, like after they got him out, they're going, I don't know what I did, dude.
Yeah,
Like
the kick looked like every other kick. It didn't look like he went too far. It looked like every other kick he's ever done. It just must have hit him perfect.
Wow.
To just knock him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just knock him clean out.
Probably got a concussion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Knocked. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he didn't come back.
Oh, they stopped the match?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the match.
So Bobby noticed he was out. Yeah. So this was Bobby noticed he was out, and he kind of put his arm under his shoulder. So then the ref had to be like, "No, your hand's under there." And then the announcers noticed that, so they're like, his hand was under his shoulder. So then they got him up, and then they X'd him out.
they quickly moved along.
They quickly moved right along. So now we're talking, 3-on-4. And it didn't matter. It was
still a good match.
It was unbelievable.
Yep.
They just went at one point. Walter's huge.
He's a good final
know what I
boss
mean?
guy.
Huh?
He's a good final boss.
Oh yeah,
He's like a Brock.
He's a
You know what I mean?
fantastic final boss. But they managed to put him through one of the announcement tables. It was awesome. Oh God, it was such a good match, and it was. So they ended up Imperium ended up winning, even though they were down a guy.
They gave him the rub, which I actually thought was cool because they could have gone either way, but they've been given Undisputed Era so much. So with Roddy losing the North American title, now you lose to Imperium. What's gonna happen? Like, is this the slow descent? That they're I'm interested to see what happens tonight.
Yeah. Do you have the card for tonight?
I do not actually. I can get it.
All right.
So.
Yeah, if you wouldn't, while I'm going through stuff up here, if you wouldn't mind.
I came unprepared.
So that was that. It was a fantastic show. As always, NXT never lets down. It was a fantastic show as always. So hopping over to the Rumble.
I liked it.
I'm not ever referring to Chad Gable as his current nickname. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I know.
What is it?
Shorty G.
It's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's the worst. He is probably one of, if you want to talk about real mat skills, he's probably one of the best guys there.
Yeah.
If him and
reminds me of a smaller Kurt Angle.
Yeah, exactly. If him and what's the guy? He's one of the NXT tag team champs. Not the one with the facial hair. Kyle O'Reilly. If him and Kyle O'Reilly had a match, it would be all everyone talked about for a week.
Yeah.
It'd be the match of the week. It'd be contender for match of the year. It'd be unbelievable because the mat skills that you would see would just be pure insanity. But it was Chad Gable versus Sheamus in.
Oh yeah, that's right. That did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
I watched both Rumbles, and I actually watched the Corbin for whatever reason. I was making food, but then I got sucked into it. I watched the Corbin Reigns match.
Yeah,
it wasn't half bad.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was all right. It was good that
a little long.
It was a little long. But it was good that
freaking Uso with that dive though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. That everyone else got involved, and then Uso with that.
I was fast forwarding, and then I went, okay, play, and right when I hit play was when he hit the dive.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, all right, this got a little bit more interesting. That's cool. But for tonight, you got the finals of the Dusty Tag Team Classic, which is Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. No offense, I refuse to call them the Broserweights. I refuse. It's so bad. They're so good together, but the bros, nah. Dunne and Riddle versus
I like
grizzled young vets.
I think the vets should win.
Yeah, they do the pairing up like Aleister Black and Ricochet did it last year.
Yeah,
Samoa Joe and Balor didn't they? Or they made the finals. They do it too much.
And for me, because it's a tag team thing, I feel like only tag teams should be in it, like normal tag teams.
They probably needed another one. So
because
people together.
Yeah, but they don't have them. They don't like so.
Their tag division's pretty weak.
Yeah. So I think that the vets should win it.
They're fantastic.
I hope they're going to win it because again, I not only do I want an actual tag team, but I you know how much I love Pete Dunne, and I like Matt Riddle. But again, they're not a tag team. I want a tag team to win it, and I think it'd be good for UK to win it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like now they've got the cruiserweight belt going over there. I think that's smart. I think they should also win that.
We've also got Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai.
Finally.
So
finally, they do. Obviously,
I think it ends
it's not
short,
going to be,
and then they do it again at Takeover Portland.
Yeah, Portland. I was going to say they're probably going to, because that's February 15th or something, right?
I don't remember. And also, they're going to name the challenger for Cole at Takeover.
Oh, okay.
And what's next for Keith Lee? Which, by the way, Keith Lee getting the rub from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it was
in
dope.
the Rumble. That was dope.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll
I
get
say
to
dope
that.
a lot.
All right.
Jesus.
So then there was the U.S. Championship match was Andrade versus Carrillo, and Andrade just got suspended, so I don't know if they're vacating the belt. Yeah.
Don't tell me he peed dirty.
He peed dirty.
Be dirty.
Come on.
Peed dirty.
I don't know what it was, but
Did he lose the belt last night?
mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't know if it got stripped.
No, they haven't said they're going. It's,
'cause it's
it's
only-
just it's 30 days, so they're probably just going to keep it on.
Yeah, they're going to keep it.
Yeah.
That's still whack.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
I don't know. Like if it was me, like what's her name when what's the Usos' wife that she just
Naomi.
When Naomi tweaked her knee and was going to only be out for 30 days, they made her give up the belt, and she legit came back 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's like this dude peed dirty, like you said.
Charlotte's his woman, so
You know what I mean? And they won't take the belt off of him. I mean, you could do a lot with that. You could do you could set up a new thing or have like a ladder match that be the big there's a million different things you could do to crown a new champ, and it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
pills in a bottle ladder match. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
They got to keep the belt on to try to retain some legitimacy. But I think they're finally getting it to be a good secondary title.
Right.
So,
Well, it's probably why they switched it over to Raw.
and he's so good.
So
You know, push it.
We already-
He's good. So then we had the Falls Count Anywhere with Reigns and Corbin, where we saw Reigns won. So then we had the women's Rumble, which was a pretty good Rumble.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. I heard they nixed Victoria and Lita for some reason because it got leaked that they were going to be in it. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know how true that is.
I didn't know why Sasha
bas-
Banks wasn't in
Yeah.
it. I don't know.
You basically knew
Yeah.
other stuff, so I don't know why they would nix.
Weird.
these two.
I like Sasha Banks. I wanted her to win it.
I heard originally they were gonna have Shayna win it, which was my pick.
Yeah.
I think they'll have Charlotte and Shayna have a little mini feud at one of these pay-per-views before WrestleMania.
Right.
I just hope they don't do another triple threat.
Well, I guess they're going to have Charlotte go to NXT because she's already held the other belts and she wants to hold the NXT again. Now it's more competitive and she wants some Rhea Ripley, and
I think that'd be
Rhea
cool
win.
because it helps
I'd love
build
that.
their brand. You know what I mean?
I'd love that, and I think she'd do that
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
because now it's still going to count.
Yeah.
It's still counting as if she wins that. Now she's going to have 11 champion.
Plus, they probably want to keep her away from Baszler. You know, like
Keep her away from Baszler and Becky and all.
because
of them.
Basler, however you say it. You know, she's awesome.
Baszler, yeah.
You know, eventually she's taking that SmackDown Women's. You know,
Right.
so it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I think her going there would actually be smart because to have one of the winners of the first year that NXT is TV to then say, no, I'm going there. Yeah. I'm going back there and I'm going to get that belt because I didn't hold it.
And then you have that title.
She didn't hold
at
it, right?
WrestleMania. No. Yeah, she did.
She did?
Yeah.
She was.
Oh yeah. She was in her beginning of her career, but it's a different NXT now.
It's a different NXT. They didn't count it as
they could
being
make that
WWE champ. You were an NXT champ.
They could build that show around Charlotte. You know what I mean?
They really could.
Yeah, but I think you still have Rhea beat her at WrestleMania if that's what they're doing. It'd be great to see.
I don't know. I mean, it would help Rhea, build her stock, but
right.
I don't see them doing because Charlotte's still in her prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Charlotte's absolutely going to get 16 belts before she's done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she going to get 17?
She's the female Flair.
Is she going to get 17? I don't know.
But who cares at this point?
Is she going to get 16? Hands down, absolutely.
She's a WWE employee for life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. She's not going anywhere. Bianca Belair was obviously the standout.
Performance of that Rumble. Of the women's Rumble.
Absolutely. She eliminated, 8 people on her own or something like that?
Yeah. They let her
She got a
look.
new record, right? It's a new record.
Yeah, I mean it's only the third women's rumble, but she now holds the record. I mean,
That's
as she should. She's probably
They're working on.
She's probably pound for pound the strongest female
Yeah,
on the
she has huge
on
arms.
the entire
Huge
run.
arms.
She can press any one of the other females, with probably the exception of maybe like Tamina and
Or Nia Snack. I mean, Nia Jax.
dude.
Did I say? I
Come
meant
on.
to say Nia Jax.
I know.
I'm just hungry. I was thinking.
With the
No, they
exception
did-
of those two, because those they're
Gargantuans.
They gave quite a few people, as the Rumble usually does. They give their
Well-
rubs, and they gave her a good look.
It was all in all, it was a good Rumble, and I guess it's not so bad that Charlotte won it. I mean, there
Yeah.
could have been others.
yeah.
They're gonna have her win it eventually.
But it was one of those ones where it could have been like a handful of chicks, and it's like cool either way. It wasn't
Right.
like you wanted this one or two wrestlers to win it.
Yeah.
You had variety, you had options.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as the men's, I liked it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we got to
dude.
see more Brock Lesnar than we usually do, and I like that because I'm a Brock fan.
Yep.
But the way it went down, they've never done that before. Where it was like almost like his
they've
own
never
gauntlet.
done it. And at first, I was because like Z and I were texting each other, and at first, like I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But then
I loved it.
somewhere like around,
Keith Lee was the first one that gave him trouble.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
They gave him a rub too.
It was big for Keith Lee. The
Oh.
last paper he was on, getting the rub from Reigns, now Brock.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith's.
Did
on
you
his
see
way up.
what Brock mouthed to Paul Heyman? No. He goes, "Who's this big MFer?"
Oh,
Right. Like,
yeah,
He probably he might not have known
He
who
might not have.
he is.
It was smart of them to then have
McIntyre.
Braun come out.
Yep.
And then the two of them fight.
Yeah.
Because the two of them are
History.
fighting, and then Brock eliminates both.
Yeah,
of them
that's how you get 'em
because
out of there.
They weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So it saves face with both of those two guys to keep them powerhouses.
Well-
while still doing your
Yeah.
thing with him. So then, because then it looked like, all right, that's it.
Well,
So this is where the intelligence of the booking part of that came in. So then you're like, all right, Keith Lee and Braun Strowman are out. No one's getting him out. He's gonna plow through everyone else the same. And then Ricochet's the next guy out, and they're like, he's just gonna throw him by his ankle right out, and he just starts messing with him because he's already like annoyed with him. And then McIntyre comes out, he takes a shot to the pills, and gets a Claymore in the face, and he's gone.
Loved it.
And it was
McIntyre was my
great.
pick to win because I
And it
wanted
was
him to
great.
win.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about McIntyre winning, but I've only been reviewing Raw.
He's
lately
money, dude.
because
He's money.
but I was happy because I was like, the more it got, like towards the end, I'm like, oh my god, is it McIntyre's time?
Oh, when it was down.
Is
Yeah.
it finally McIntyre's time? Because I've just been waiting. I don't know if I said it in earlier shows, but I was like, when he left NXT, and then he came in, but he wasn't quite getting anywhere. I'm like,
Which he should have.
which he should have, but I'm like, he will eventually get his time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, is it McIntyre's time?
Yeah.
Is it? And
It is, dude.
And then
He's believable to beat Brock too.
Absolutely. And to me, his Kurt Angle, even though Baron Corbin put him out at WrestleMania, to me, Kurt Angle's real retirement match was that match on Raw against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
right.
Like
Yeah.
that to me was his
Yeah.
true retirement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
He's been getting the rub like here
all
and
in
there.
all, I liked it. I thought it was a great Royal Rumble, and they actually did the right business for once.
right. So, and then there was 2 returns in the males. MVP came back.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
I think
surprised
that's
to
a
see.
one-off.
I was surprised to see he was on Raw.
Yeah, he was on Raw. They said he's not sticking around, and actually, he tweeted a picture of him holding his son with Ray,
Yeah.
with the son in the Ray mask. He said, "This is why I did it
Yeah,
Right.
because
That's his homie.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's his homie and his kid loves Ray." So
But then Edge came back.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
dude, that was a pop.
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, I saw
People love Edge.
Dude, I saw one video. It was a dude. He must have been taping
He looked freaking
reactions.
super happy to be there.
Oh god,
Yeah.
he looked like he was gonna cry at one
Yeah.
point. I mean, obviously, I would do the same if I thought I
Yeah.
would never be in a ring again.
Yeah.
To actually wrestle and then come out to the Rumble and have everyone lose their friggin' minds. Oh yeah, dude. I saw cell phone footage. It looked like a guy was taping reactions of like his own reactions to when people would come out, and he was like, he had a beer and he was like listening, and then it was like, you think you know me? He was like, I he just started screaming. He's like, "It's Edge!" And he was like running around the floor, like losing his mind. And I think and I had it goes late. I got my alarm starts going off at like 4 a.m.
Oh, I was watching.
I had my phone real close to me. I had my CPAP on. I had my glasses off, right? But I had it close enough to where I could see, and I could just hear it, right? And then you think you know me? And I was like, oh my God, my eyes went. I was like, my buddy who Edge was his one of his all-time favorites. I was like, it's Edge! It's fucking Edge! Edge is in the Rumble! And he was like, no. Like, yes!
It was dope. Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
good
great.
Rumble.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good Rumble. It was a good ending. They did the setup with Orton and Edge, and then Reigns is always catching heat, so it's good to have him toss out Edge, and then
Yeah. Speaking of,
it was good. It was a good Rumble. There was a couple other matches too. We had the
Fiend versus Daniel Bryan.
Fiend versus Daniel.
Match.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I watched
liked
a good portion of it. Why a vegan would want to use a leather strap is beyond me.
that's weird.
And Bailey retained against Evans, and
Figured as much.
Yeah, it figured as much. Absolutely. And Becky retained against Asuka.
Yep.
So that was that. Raw was last night. I'm sure everyone knows. We can check your
Samoa Joe got hurt too.
Check your Bleacher Report because that's it's a fantastic app, and
I do love what Seth Rollins is doing. By the way,
that's cool.
Love that faction.
Yeah,
love
me
it.
too.
I think it's a great idea.
Really good.
Raw's getting better.
Better as a heel anyway.
I don't like the fact that those two are tag champs. I think
Neither do I.
AOP should be the tag champs, and then they can go after other.
But
belts.
they're still kind of green, man.
They are.
They're just the muscle to help out.
Yeah, and that's fine.
They can't lead.
If they can get a little bit better, or but
Vince McMahon hates tag team wrestling.
Yeah, I don't even care if Vince McMahon likes or hates.
Yeah,
it just seems Seth Rollins is always.
I don't agree with most of his views.
Yeah, it's it's like he doesn't like smaller guys. Look how good some of those matches are, man. It's just pure ridiculous, pure awesome. So
we got the top five.
So we got our top five now. Since Sean was coming back on, I asked Sean to pick it, and he said world champs any promotion. What I did is I actually just picked 5 promotions and picked my all-time.
Okay.
Who I think the all-time favorite was. I did cheat at one point and have a tie, but it's because they had a constant feud. I'm sure you guys probably already know who I'm talking about. I'll go first if you don't mind.
No,
and we'll have you end since it was yours. Yeah. So then in no order of these companies is I have NWA and best world champ was Harley Race.
Yeah.
WCW's best champ was Ric Flair.
Okay.
WWF's best champ
I see what you did there.
was Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Because of what he did.
Yeah, those would be like the biggest names. Of those three.
Not even so much of the biggest names, but just like what happened, what you did, as the best champ. Not even like later
carried the company.
Yeah, not even later on built it up to what got it to that national status that he really did. TNA, AJ Styles.
Yep.
He didn't hold it the most. Angle actually held it the most.
Yeah.
But
AJ built.
But AJ, I've said it a million times on this show, they built the company on AJ and Joe's back. He'd also be the best X Division champ if you ever ask.
Absolutely.
Having hands, you can't even.
I think we did that before, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And then best WWE champ is probably like Rock, Stone Cold. Really, in all reality.
I guess.
I hear you.
They just
don't forget though they were the champs before it was even called WWE.
Was it? I could be.
They were afterwards too, but they were actually on a.
It's in the transition.
Probably higher up on the totem pole when it was WWF.
Yeah. They were the gatekeepers.
Yeah, they were. But yeah, and if you wanted to pull it into that, even the later, you could go like
Jericho.
You could go like Jericho, or. Jericho, Edge, Triple H, any one of those,
really?
Orton, any one of those guys that held it a lot, but not for the bad reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that held it up and to elevate the company is so. Stu,
All right. Well, as I always
Panic
do,
Williams.
because I have to, yeah, one of my many nicknames. As I always have to, because I'm a pain in the ass. I put this as best champions, because I don't want to just say Hogan, Austin, Flair, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I did since 96 onwards, because I started watching, really watching when I was like 13, when the NWO formed.
Right.
So I went with that. And they're all going to be WWEF.
Right.
North American centric.
See, that's what I like about, not to interrupt, but that's what I like about even just doing a top 5 and just, all right, it's this, but we all even do it like this.
Differently.
It's the same thing, but we all do it differently.
Spin.
And that's one of my favorite things about doing the top 5.
All right.
Continue.
So number 5, I said I wouldn't put Hogan on this. I'm going to lie. Number 5, Hollywood Hogan, 96, NWO, WCW. He was the logical big bad guy.
Absolutely.
During the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, you can't deny it.
So I really can't deny how much I hated him. Like when Luger beat him on Monday Nitro,
right.
I was so happy, even though he lost it 3 days back to Hogan 3 days later at some pay-per-view. But
right.
So Hollywood Hogan. NXT, which I got into later, so people might yell at me for this, but Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That working that feud with Gargano in there.
No one saw it coming.
And Velveteen Dream match, gold, winning it from Aleister Black, gold, everything that he did was great. Then I got Triple H. Yeah, I know about Katie Vick. I know about the Booker T stuff, but when he came back against Jericho at that WrestleMania and he won it, and then just everything he did with it afterwards, throwing Evolution, even the kind of cornball DX stuff, even though he wasn't champ at that point. But he's always, I don't know, he's definitely one. Him, The Rock, and Stone Cold, like, were really that trifecta.
The three of them.
Late 90s, early 2000s. So.
And you can move, like, Jericho and Angle, like, right in underneath, It's just, Jericho ended up getting more championships, like, a little bit later than that, even though he was the first undisputed. So.
Mm-hmm. Then I got Bret that man Hart.
Yeah.
Yep. He was their torchbearer between like pre-Attitude Era.
When their company was on a downward spiral, he was keeping them above water. Keeping their head above water.
Yep.
So.
And I love technical wrestling, as most people know. So he was one of my favorites. And then number 1, because he is the greatest final boss of all time, it's Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Wait, everyone else has dropped an F-bomb. It's Brock fucking Lesnar.
Yeah.
He's the greatest final boss of all time. He's M. Bison. He's Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn. Bam. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whether you like him or not, he's a very decorated.
He's money.
He's money.
He's believable. He's got credibility.
Mine, I had a couple that he had and one that you had, but I mean, for the sake of throwing out there something different or the next in line, I mean, Randy Savage, I think, doesn't get his praise for being a WWF champion numerous times. He's one of the characters you think of when you think of wrestling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially me growing up in the 80s on WWF, East Coast kid, Randy Orton, third generation. He's held the championship, the world title and WWE numerous times.
13 times.
13 times.
I think he's a 13.
And he's just
either a 13 or 14-time champion.
He fucking flows like water in the ring. Like he's like
he's the Viper, man.
If you think of like when Brett says the excellence of execution, that Randy even comes to mind.
Right.
And that's funny. It's 2 Randys. Which is weird. I don't know why. I always hated that name. I don't know why.
Number 3.
Sorry,
Randy
just an
Marsh.
opinion. But another one would be Kurt Angle. Because obviously, I love technical wrestling as well. I love bringing legitimacy to it, and obviously, he was the man at one point in WWE and TNA when they were, in the big time. So, that's what 3. He's not one of my favorites. He's not the greatest wrestler, but Sting doesn't get enough credit because he carried WCW on his back when they were on a downward spiral. He was like the Bret Hart of that company.
He was
he was hella over in TNA, and I think he helped their ratings. And when he came back, even as an old man in WWE, he was over as hell. They had that fan access. They had more people there to see Sting than anybody.
I still want Sting versus Undertaker.
I'd cry. That'd be cool.
I would cry.
And number 5, honestly, with all the you have all the big, huge names, The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, and you have the technicals, like Eddie and all them, but I mean, Undertaker, dude. I mean, he didn't need the belt.
Nah.
But a lot of times when he had the belt, he had great matches. Think about when he was world champion on SmackDown.
Yeah,
he made SmackDown. He was like,
he made it.
After him, AJ kind of, I think, brought SmackDown back up into the high life. You know what I mean? But when Undertaker was on SmackDown and he was the champ, he was having awesome matches. Against like Chris Jericho and people like that. And that was more when he was showing more of his technical skill in a way.
Like 07.
Yeah. Like, dude, he was awesome. I looked forward to those main events.
Yeah, he absolutely.
So that would be my 5. It would be Orton, Savage, Sting, Taker, and Kurt Angle. Yep. And I did something, but yeah,
it is. It is 13 times for Orton. It's the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times, and the WWE Championship 9 times. Yep. So he's also been the World Tag Champ once with Edge, Intercontinental once, United States once, and SmackDown Tag Champ once.
Also, another good feeling from the Rumble, even though it didn't last all that long, was Shelton Benjamin coming out against Brock.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. That was cool.
Good look on remembering that.
Yeah, that was cool. And I liked Randy Orton when he first realized Edge was in there. They had a little thing back and forth, so I thought that was cool.
All right, so not this weekend coming up, but next weekend, the Disruption Network is celebrating 3 years.
That we are.
So you should absolutely be at the show on Saturday, February 8th. It's at the Jewish Community Center here in
good old Utes.
What you call it? Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's gonna be Annie in the Water, Haley Jane, an acoustic performance, trampoline jet stream.
It was just on the Z yesterday, I think. Actually,
yeah. Haley in the Water will cap off the night with a set of Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
Yep, it's gonna be Annie in the Water and Haley getting together there and doing that album. That's gonna be interesting. I'll be there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be crazy.
You gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there. The wife and I are gonna be there.
Cool.
We're gonna be there. I've already got some coworkers that are coming. It's gonna be awesome.
Get a T-shirt gun and load it up with our T-shirt.
Yeah, let's do that. The whole Disruption Network crew will be on hand, and we'll be presenting our annual D Awards. There will be beer, wine, food from the Doughboys Barbecue, and obviously all the incredible live music. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You can get the tickets online at disruptionnetwork.net.
Yep, $15 in advance, $20 at day of at the door, I think. So
yeah, so
get them early.
Yeah, I'm not even sure about it.
Save yourself $5.
Yeah,
you can buy a beer with that.
So then, before we wrap up, we would also like to give a very huge shout out to all of our sponsors, everyone that was with us for the past 2 years. Dippin' Donuts.
Yep.
The Vigneto.
Praise you.
Illustrated Studios. What? Illustrated
Studios. Seasonal Sports. The Mill. Just everyone that started our show up.
Let's a bunch of marks talk about wrestling every week.
Just
we
love
you.
that they let us do. We
couldn't have done it without you.
Literally could not have done it at all if our friends just didn't decide to take their time and their money and invest it in us as well. So for the past 2 years, just want to really thank everyone that was with us. Again, you guys made the show possible. So, from the deepest parts of my heart, I love all of you, and it was fantastic. This is not a goodbye for the show.
No.
Yeah, it's I don't need to get into what it is, but it's again, thank you so much, and I literally couldn't thank all of you enough. So there's that. And
damn, man, you're gonna make me cry. It's like Edge coming out all over again.
I know, bro.
Next week, I don't know, Mike King. Mike, you might have to come in the studio, Mike King.
Yeah, bring your ass.
He said, I don't know if you saw it. He said I might have to make a studio appearance. You need to get in the studio, and you should do it next week, not the week after, because you'll be way too busy. But you should come next week. It'll be great. All right.
Yes. And bring me I'm a Mike King guy t-shirt. Damn it.
Yeah.
Get a medium.
I want a Mike King t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll pay 40. Straight up. I'll pay 40.
I'll just wear one of the Mike or one of the Immortal. What was it? What one did I get?
You can wear you can wear your Ataxia hoodie.
Yeah. Oh God, don't remind me of that.
Listen, I'm bringing you a better hoodie.
You made me wear the Ataxia.
Give me to like mid-February. I'm going to bring you your Christmas present.
Okay. Sounds good. But yes. So next week we'll be back. You'll be back.
I'll be back.
We'll see.
Oh,
yeah. And enjoy this brand new Wrestle Fandom radio music.
Because it slaps.
It
Boom.
slaps.
Do you love pro wrestling and sports entertainment? It's the real to you, damn it. You support us, your favorite. Talking name, Jay Styles, Chris Jericho, and all the greatest. Your top 5 dead or alive, the broader stages. Like WrestleMania, All In and All Out. NXT TakeOver, what the business about. Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home. Like The Rock versus Stone Cold, we're stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Network with Dippin' Donuts. ICW, we make fanatics flipping donuts. Every time we're live in local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids condone us. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.